Today, we're diving into a really powerful idea from Cal Newport's book, Deep Work. It's all about an ability that he argues is becoming incredibly rare, and because of that, more valuable than ever. In fact, some people are calling it the superpower of the 21st century. But before we get to the superpower, we have to start with something I'm pretty sure we all know a little too well. That constant nagging feeling of just being busy. You know the feeling, right? Your day is just this blur of activity. Emails pinging, messages popping up, bouncing from one meeting to the next. You feel totally wiped out. But then you finally log off, look back and think, wait, what did I actually make today? What did I do that's going to matter next week or even next year? Well, that state of constant distraction and fragmented attention, it actually has a name. It's called shallow work. It's a way of operating where, sure, we feel busy, but we're not doing the kind of work that leads to real breakthroughs. It's become the default for so many of us, and honestly, it comes at a massive cost to our potential. So, what's the alternative? Well, to really get the solution, we first have to draw a really clear line in the sand between the two types of work that are always fighting for our time and our focus. First up, you've got deep work. This is where the magic happens. Think of a scientist totally immersed in their research, or a developer deep in the zone writing elegant code. It's intense, it's focused, and it's completely free from distractions. This is the stuff that pushes your abilities to the limit and creates something new and valuable. And on the flip side, there's shallow work. Now, it's important to say, this stuff isn't useless. We all have to do it. We're talking about answering routine emails, scheduling meetings, filling out reports. The real danger with shallow work isn't that it exists. It's that it's so easy to do that it can expand to fill your entire day, completely squeezing out the deep work that actually moves the needle.
So yeah, the difference between them is just night and day. One is all about growth, innovation, and creating real value. The other is basically just maintenance. The critical question we all have to ask ourselves is, which one of these modes is getting the lion's share of our time?
Okay, so knowing the difference is step one. But why is this so incredibly important right now? Why is our slide into shallow work more than just a personal pet peeve? Why is it a huge professional crisis? Well, it's because our modern economy is starting to reward two core abilities above almost all others. First, the ability to learn complicated stuff fast. And second, the ability to take those skills and produce results at a truly elite level, both in quality and speed. And here's the kicker, both of those abilities are completely dependent on your capacity for deep work. The stakes here are getting really, really high. With technology and remote work, we're now in a global talent market. That means if you can't produce at a high level through deep work, you're not just competing with the person down the hall anymore. You're competing with the best people in the entire world. It's quickly becoming a winner-take-all game.
And it's not just about economics. There's actually a cost to your brain. Every time you do that quick check of your email or scroll through a social media feed, you're not just losing a couple of seconds. You're creating something researchers call attention residue. Basically, a part of your focus gets left behind, stuck on what you just glanced at. And that seriously hurts your performance when you try to go back to what you were actually supposed to be doing. Okay, so here is the good news in all of this. Deep work is a skill. It's not some innate talent. It's a muscle that, right now, might be a little weak, but you can absolutely train it. So let's get into the solution and talk about how we can start building this habit into our lives. Newport gives us 4 key rules. First, you have to schedule your time deeply. Give every single minute of your day a job, so there's no room for mindless distraction to sneak in. Second, build rituals. Create a simple, consistent routine for your deep work sessions. This makes it so much easier to just drop into that state of focus. Third, and this is a big one, embrace boredom. Train your focus muscle when you're not working. Instead of pulling out your phone and line at the coffee shop, just be bored. It strengthens your attention. And finally, drain the shallows. You have to get ruthless about limiting shallow work because it will always try to take over your schedule if you let it. Now, this might all sound a bit extreme, but sometimes a grand gesture really shows you what's possible. There's this great story about an entrepreneur named Peter Shankman. He had to write a book on a crazy tight deadline. So what did he do? He booked a round-trip business class ticket to Tokyo. He wrote the entire flight there and the entire flight back. 30 hours of pure, uninterrupted, distraction-free work. And the result? He landed back home with a finished manuscript. See, at the end of the day, building a deep work ethic, it isn't just about trying to be more productive. It's about building a professional life that feels more meaningful. The deep satisfaction we get from work,
It almost always comes from immersing ourselves in a tough challenge and creating something we're truly proud of.
So, the real question this all leaves us with is a really personal one. What incredible things could you accomplish? What amazing skills could you master? What truly great work is just sitting there, waiting for you, hiding right behind your next distraction?